Hey guys, welcome back to Pure. This time with Insetic and Blank Tester.
Yo.
It is Bio Enchanted.
Hello again.
This time we're heading to the ITP event. The insane
Train posse.
trail posse. We came up with something.
Yeah.
Swapping character, changing
Apparently,
up our
according to his
ATVs.
character designs, the insane tank top posse might work.
Yeah, the insane pop collar posse.
Well, in this case, it's tank top. He's wearing a tank top.
Yeah,
And
rock and
it's
roll.
ITP.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're finishing up B class today. We've been in there for like a few more episodes, and this time the theme is rappers and rap groups. So we got the Rough Rider and the Notorious ATV.
Yeah.
Blank Tester and I worked on that.
I like the colour scheme we've got for the ATV. The striking blue really stands out against the rest of it.
Yeah, like I said, I tried to make the ATV that came up in those pictures for when you unlock like a new, place in your garage. But that thing is like super bright blue and like chromed out stuff, and like I said, it's impossible. It makes me wish there were more color features.
One thing I was quite like with what's in this game graphically is the way the characters kind of do that ridiculous dance on the ATV, both before the race and that little cutscene, but also when they win. That's just fun to watch them just flip out.
Yeah. That guy I stuck with for like 4 episodes, he'd like jump off the ATV and then backflip right onto it.
I can just kind of imagine they're trying to do some interesting breakdancing and accidentally catch a leg in the handle and twist their ankle or something and be out the race.
Come on, man. That type of stuff is the stuff you don't think about. You know?
Otherwise known as actually controlling those dances would go. Tony Hawk style wipeouts everywhere.
Were you knocking into that guy in the air?
Yes, I was. Oh snap! You know, like the later Tony Hawk games, they had that like
Tony Hawk 5?
move. No, they had the before you even ask, no, I'm not gonna play Tony Hawk 5 because even if it was a good game, we'd need to get an Xbox One or PS1. But
yeah,
like,
I've played bad games that are fun bad, or games that were technically bad but good enough that I could have fun playing them. I didn't really care much about this. What I've seen of Tony Hawk 5, it just looked bad in a non-fun way.
Yeah, but anyways, what I'm talking about is that like American Wasteland Project 8 type, like move the thumbsticks around and you change like the kick flips and stuff. And think about this, like you go off of a jump and then you just like go into super slow-mo and like your thumbsticks are your dude's legs and whatever.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting idea. I think that first appeared actually in the one game you haven't played in that series that I got. That wasn't. It had a really weird. I forgot what it's called. It's that one where you have like 3 different branches, where it's like you have a tricking branch where you're kind of setting up ramps and stuff on your own. You kind of decide where the ramps go. You have a kind of competition branch where it's get as many points as you can, and then you get other kind of specialist branches, that kind of thing. Where you have like.
Are we talking about Tony Hawk?
Yeah, it was a game that I think it's like the only Tony Hawk game you probably haven't played, but I've forgotten exactly what it's called, even though it's on my bookshelf right now, because it's
You
like
mean
20
like
feet.
haven't played at all, or for the series? Because I haven't done any Tony Hawks for the series.
And I think it's all, because I mentioned it to you and you seem completely unfamiliar with it when I remember the title of it.
Must have been like American Wasteland or Project 8 or whatever. I played through Underground 2 and don't remember anything like that. Kind of stopped once Halo became my jam.
I quite liked American Wasteland, although I was very bad at it, so I wasn't able to beat it, but I thought it was fun enough while I was playing it.
But no, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I think that's from American Wasteland or whatever. Yeah, real quick, on the video, this track, kind of the coastal one, is the one that I sort of had trouble with, but that's because there's this huge shortcut near the end. That, like, every time I find it, I forget how to get to it again.
I want to say it's Proving Ground that was what I was thinking of, but I'm not entirely certain.
Oh man, maybe
Something
it is.
like
See,
that,
I
yeah.
completely forgot Proving Ground.
I forgot Proving Ground.
But it has a really weird meter on that one, where it's not like the normal line, it's kind of this weird circle around the character, so it's really hard to get used to when it comes to balancing. I can see what they're going for, like going for like a 360-degree balancing thing, but it just looks really weird and throws you off. It's very unlike every other Tony Hawk game.
That sounds confusing.
Look at that. I'm position number 9001. I'm so close to breaking into that top 9K.
So close to breaking into that top.
Almost hit under 9,000, you could say.
Yeah. So, this is Ghost Creek. Man, this is also one of the levels I remembered from before, because, like, it's so insane. You know how I said last video that, like, in most levels during freestyle, there's one place where the level just opens up and you can chain something together? This is a race, this isn't freestyle, but you can get like 1.5 million point combo.
Wow.
In this level.
Yeah. One thing I've always liked with that kind of ranking system is seeing all the ranks kind of disappear underneath you. I've always found that really satisfying in a game. Like, I think that was my favourite aspect of Chibi Robo, because you started at like rank 1 million, and then after you got like 10 happy points, you got immediately to rank 500,000. I'm just like, how shit are these other 400,000 odds robots that they can't even get 10 happy points between them? They must have been really, like, maybe they just tripped over their chibi house as soon as they came out and just broke or something, I don't know.
Probably.
But it's
everyone knows that guy who's just like, well, what is this game? And then he smashes his controllers.
That's my dad.
And he throws his consoles out the window.
That's my dad.
But the game manages to autosave before it hits the ground, so they climb like 2 ranks up.
This is my dad. This is my dad in a nutshell.
Yeah.
One thing I quite like with Chibi Robo as well is it gives you kind of prizes based on the certain milestones that are like battery enhancements, so you can last longer and do more stuff. It's always like really satisfying milestones, especially when you get to like the top 10 and start getting one every rank. Although it gets much harder at that point, because to get to rank 1 before you actually beat the game and automatically get to the rank 1 because of plot, you pretty much have to do every single side quest and potentially grind a little bit between them as well.
Oh wow, look at that trick.
Yeah.
That's pretty baller.
Yeah.
Actually, I was gonna say, one of the characters' costume pictures, he was like doing air guitar.
Yeah.
And then, there's the little.
Yeah, it was this guy with his popped collar.
No, that's what I mean. Like, no, I didn't think it was the one where he had the popped collar. Either way, he was doing air guitar, and then at the beginning of this thing, at the beginning of the race, in the loading screen, he was doing air guitar. And that was
yeah.
Well, of course he was. Maybe you see that last trick? Hey, now he's a rock star after all.
Yeah.
Maybe if you change costumes, it changes that. Like,
I mean, one thing that's kind of interesting about here is, like, maybe I just took that really badly, but this is around the point where you're not supposed to take the absolute normal line.
Yeah.
You know? You really are supposed to do shortcuts and such, simply because sometimes, not only are they faster, they're much easier. You know, go the normal line, have to do all these turns or whatever, and sure, while the game sort of auto-drifting you is good on the wider corners, it's a little tough on the narrow ones, or you just kind of go in a straight line over those big jumps and such.
I've never felt worse with this character just now than about a minute ago when he was just like on that cliff for like 10 seconds at a 45-degree angle. I was just like, I can only imagine he was just thinking, shit, please don't fall.
Yeah.
Gravity, be my friend. And then it's cutaways where you have to deal with it, like, oh thank God.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The only law I obey is gravity.
You don't even obey the laws of thermodynamics.
Point Break, shout out. We saw the trailer for Point Break before last movie we went to, and we both went, is this a movie catered to us? You know?
Yeah.
And I get it, I know it's a remake, but like, damn.
I didn't know it was a remake.
All of those extreme sports, guys, they have like BMX riding on cliffs, they have surfing and shit. I think I'm gonna have to live stream it.
And it really pays your president budget as well, doesn't it?
In the movie theater. I'm gonna live stream
illegal.
Me watching the movie and then me getting escorted out.
Are you gonna film the movie or are you just gonna film your face?
No, I'm gonna do selfie mode.
Oh, okay, so it's not gonna be...
Hey guys, I'm just here with... Oh my god! Oh shit, that's sweet! Oh shit, yeah!
The worst part is that is how he reacts in movie theaters. It's
yeah.
loud as fuck. It's really annoying.
You guys will see it if you go to the thing. You know.
He was watching the Haunted Mansion in theaters and he was like, oh god, Eddie Murphy, no!
Oh, he's my favorite! I loved him in Pluto Nash. But, yeah, sync it up and it'll be like I'm there right next to you watching it.
It's like a riff tracks, except he's not making fun of the movie. He's just blowing his load.
It's swag tracks.
Haunted Mansion was kind of a confused one when it came to licensing, because it had a pretty bad movie but a pretty good game.
What are you doing?
Drinking my soda?
You're not drinking your soda, you keep like backwashing it back into the
Pay
cup.
attention, it's time to step up and try his new parts.
Ugh.
Why is it so difficult for you to drink soda?
It's not hard, okay?
You're like,
I had a full glass of soda,
bullshit.
and now I have an empty
like,
glass.
You had like an ounce of soda in there and three ice cubes, and when you went like for like 10 minutes while we waited for you to finish.
Oh yeah, well maybe you shouldn't do that level of hyperbole when we're actually here recording the audio. The people will go back and
they'll leave comments that say, "Wow, you take forever to drink an ounce of soda."
No, it was like 5 seconds, enough to hold it up, have a refreshing drink.
No, and then you backwashed it back into your glass and then drank the same shit again.
No, it wasn't anywhere
yeah,
near.
You did. You did that like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. At least it wasn't anywhere near as much of a mess as Fair Planet Astronauts in that one video where he like ripped open a big thing of Pepsi, all the cans came flying out, and immediately opens one and boom, a Pepsi everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he spilled it all over himself like he usually does.
At
but
least I wasn't drinking bags of goon.
Did you say goon?
Goon.
What's a goon?
If you watch more Friendly Jordy's videos,
okay.
you'll understand.
Okay.
Alright. So yeah, last video we kind of talked about sprint events a bit.
Yeah.
Here, this one is kind of a hybrid. You know, this first turn is about getting a cool drift, but then that second one's definitely a hairpin. It's definitely, you know, brake and gas management.
I've always found hairpins very difficult in games to deal with because I'm never very good at drifting and controlling it. I always just go flying straight into the barrier.
Yeah, last episode there was a hairpin that was really, really tight.
Yeah.
But how is it? How is this one compared to the last one?
It's decent. Like, on one hand, I still don't know the perfect angle here. I just kind of raced until I beat the guy, you know?
One thing I've always found very impressive about this game so far is that it's set almost entirely in like desert environments, but it still looks really good and manages to not look too samey by doing it.
You know, there's some jungle environments too.
Yeah.
And I think those look really good too. But it's really easy to make deserts feel really boring. Like,
yeah, because a lot of people don't remember that there actually are plants in the desert. For example, beyond cacti, it's just which plants there are.
If I remember correctly, it was either the director or one of the supervisors for the new Mad Max movie who was talking about how when you're making a desert movie, the classic color scheme is just orange and blue. You know, orange for the desert, blue for the sky. And
yeah,
you can
also
either
every single
push
poster
that
ever
to
made
an extreme, you know, like really oversaturated, or you can like pull it back. And either way, you've kind of landed into a kind of, I don't know, like a cliche for what it looks like. And you really need every other element in your visual style to look really interesting for that to work.
Yeah, I thought the movie did that really well.
I think this game does a good job giving you nice slopes and interesting vistas and, you know, a cool-looking ATV. I mean, obviously you can make an ugly-ass ATV, too.
Oh, snap. 98 out of 100 in tricking.
Goddamn.
It's time for the Notorious ATV to officially get its wheels spinning.
Wheel steel.
Yeah, but
straight out the garage.
I agree with what you were saying. I mean, like, you know, the first one, the video you saw was kind of the island level and such, but yeah, they do have a couple kind of rocky desert ones. I mean, you saw Ghost Creek and then you saw Glandis, which is kind of more rocky one and more desert one, and then they start playing with like skyboxes and kind of the other stuff you see around the course.
And this one's
as well.
This level's set in Wyoming, I think it said, and it looks like it's going to be a kind of a foresty, wooded area.
I was kind of looking away, but I'll see what it looks. I think this one's kind of the not plains, but like short grass, sort of standard trees, sort of more Midwestern to Wyoming style.
Yeah.
I can only imagine this guy's arms must look terrible after these races are over, with no sleeves or any kind of protection. Severely burnt, probably completely coated in crap.
Man, come on, why are you always thinking of the things that we don't think of?
Because I overthink everything.
Man,
I find it fun. It's like a thought experiment for me.
Man, if you bought this game, I'm sure you'd mod in having to pay hospital bills. I'm sure you'd mod in missing... once your character falls off, he's just done. His racing career is over. You go back to the main menu.
And then it becomes a management game where...
Pure the roguelike.
Yeah.
Pure the roguelike.
You have like 6...
What if there was a roguelike extreme sports game?
Randomized tracks all over the place. It'd be a complete
randomized tracks, randomized character right at the beginning. And
one in every stack.
If you fall off your vehicle or whatever once, you just die. Maybe you get modifiers you can like pick from the beginning or something.
You just know you'd have a character who'd have like one in every stat except for turning, which would be like a 5.
Yeah.
Look how well I can spin in circles and nothing else.
Right.
Well, from
I
our
can do
experience
so
with
many
ATV
donuts
racers,
I can please the entire police station.
ones and everything except turning might be one of the better choices. Man, but if you're telling me I get to play as Bobbert Awful, then you know what, I'm down for this game.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. Ruler, Scorpion Fendikiss. I love doing those. I love those symmetrical tricks, you know?
You know, just thinking about it, like, I've always thought it would be, I always thought, like, merging genres that you wouldn't normally merge together has always been, like, a really interesting idea to play.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we were just saying, you know, merging roguelikes and an extreme sports game, but, like, like I was telling Aesthetic the other day, by the other day, I mean a few weeks ago, like, what if there was, like, an ATV game, like an ATV racing game, it's multiplayer, and it was, like, turn-based.
Yeah.
And the way it would be turn-based is, like, you've got your momentum going in some direction, and then you've got, like, let's say 15, 20 seconds or whatever between turns, where the game freezes and you and the other players are picking how fast you're gonna go, like how much you're gonna hit the gas and how much you're gonna turn.
I'm just picturing a sack race from that
per
early
turn,
season.
and then it like plays out for a second, and then like the next phase goes, and so like I don't know how to explain it, but like you know, like turn by turn, you'd be able to plan your route throughout the whole thing, and you'd also have to be worrying about what the other ATVs are doing on the track.
To be fair, with all these corners, this game's already turn-based.
What now?
With all these corners, this game's already turn-based.
Huh. You know, I don't think you've ever put this down on video for other people to hear, but you had this idea a while ago, like a fantasy snowboarding
I think
game.
I think we did talk about it.
Oh, okay.
If we didn't, I guess
let
leave
us
a comment,
know,
and then
yeah.
I can talk about that later. But
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't know. I just think it's really it'd be really cool to kind of just merge genres, and obviously you have to merge them in a principled way. You can't like just kind of shove them together.
Yeah.
But like, I've always thought those games that really tried to mix things up and like play with multiple genres at a time. Obviously, you're appealing to a slightly more niche audience, you know? Like,
of course, there's already...
If you're playing an extreme sports game and you don't like fantasy, then obviously a fantasy extreme sports game isn't going to appeal to you. But
unless it's on dragons.
Right.
Dragon racing.
Yeah.
But like,
if
you're kind of an open-minded person who doesn't have any particular... Wow, you killed that. You
could chalk one up for this game at least.
Yeah.
One on the body count, that is. And
I mean, it's also a question of like sometimes gameplay mechanics and gameplay and genres are kind of tied together. So like you know, we see a lot of fantasy RPGs.
Yeah, and the most common thing is RPG plus everything.
RPGs because vehicle combat is not something that really merges well with a lot of other genres.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do a first-person shooter vehicle combat game. Because that's not even... I mean, vehicle combat describes one kind of mechanic, and first-person shooter describes an entirely different sort of mechanic.
Although one thing I'd quite like to see would be a combination of Twisted Metal and Disgaea, so your explosions could just level to be infinitely big and everything. Just make your weapons ridiculous. There's a similar kind of ridiculous scaling that Disgaea has, where you have like, you can do billions of damage in a single hit if you grind to a level 9,199 kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then you're hitting multiple times, so it's just kind of whoop.
Whoop, there it is.
And I mean, like, when I say merging genres, I don't mean like, as a joke, the guys who made Serious Sam made that RPG, that turn-based RPG. And I mean, it was entertaining, it was a fun game, but I mean, that was basically just an RPG with the Twisted Metal theme. When I'm saying, you know, merging genres, I mean, like, literally, you're doing one thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, one game that...
I guess it is sort of the same thing, but in a different sort of way.
There's one game that really surprised me with that kind of thing, was this one Dragon Ball Z RPG I played on the SNES emulator at one point, on Nintendo and Tim's, I can't remember which one of those old consoles, but it worked surprisingly well, even though it was like a weird card-based leveling up RPG, because it wound up with me realizing, wait a minute, Dragon Ball Z is already a fucking RPG. Because they just, between bosses, they do spend multiple episodes grinding to make their numbers go up.
Yeah. Yeah, they really do.
It's literally an RPG, so the flow just perfectly fits on the SNES game.
Yeah,
It was actually
in
a lot of fun.
in RPG terms, it's grinding. In anime terms, it's training, and it's like literally the same thing. You're just grinding between bosses.
The best part was with the whole numerical system. It made the over 9,000 joke an actual thing, and that you ended up with a power level of like 3,002 at one point when you're getting up to the Vegeta fight. And of course, you use Kaioken times 3 and end up with a power level of exactly 9,006. It's just like, okay, now you're doing enough damage to actually beat him. And it's like, he doesn't actually say the over 9,000 line, but it's like, oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
I'm loving this game. And then I got stuck because I got stuck with Dende in my party, and he couldn't do anything because he was too timid and scared. And I couldn't figure out how to make him do anything. I couldn't even flee, because no matter what I did on any of his turns, it would just put this little text box up of him just going, what?
You should talk to Blackout about Dragon Ball Z. He's all about that shit. And like, I watched that show a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah.
So I don't really know most of the character.
Yeah, I said this was the end of B class. Guess there's another stage. I forgot how long we spend in here. So next time, we're going to some more B rank events, but the stakes are raised. More tracks are still going to show up. You know, this late in the game, they're still showing you stuff.
Nice.
So we'll see that then. All right, peace out.
Goodbye.